Fellow Malanders, fellow Ambazonians, greetings this great Saturday. It is a wonderful day anywhere you are because we have some good news for you, and we have also some news from my own side. As you've read the title, it's My Resignation. And the second title is that of Paul Biya, Kamto, and Tapang Ivo, who've been selected as the three key leaders in Cameroon to be role-played in the United Kingdom, the University of King's College University. So I'm particularly very, very honored that my leadership skills have paid off over time, and that the most important people who watch me and who think I can promote policies are those whites, are those out of the country. As they always say in the Bible, a prophet is never accepted in his hometown. So I would be reading to you an email that was sent to me yesterday evening. That's literally today. The most recent email sent to me by King's College, London. King's College is one of the most reputed college across the globe. In the United Kingdom, it is top rated. So I would be reading to you the exact email, and I'll also screenshot the email and share with you guys. I so much believe that whatever would be role played in the United Kingdom, and which will be public for everyone to come and watch, would be that which can inspire the entire millions of people. Let me open my email so I can start off with that. I'm just starting, please, so bear with me. All right, perfect. All right, I will be reading the email and exactly as it is, and so bear with me. Here is it. Okay, perfect. And I will share with you the email. For those who are just joining, of course, my name is Tapang Ivo. Everyone knows me. I don't announce my presence before coming online because I believe I'm not here to entertain people. I believe I'm here to educate, to entertain, and to promote the ideals of the revolution. I started off by saying my resignation, that I would address later. And let me start off by announcing this breaking news that came in yesterday night. This is written to me by King's College London, King's University or King's College London. And they write, "Dear Tapang, thank you for your prompt response. In addition, thank you so much for sharing your contact details. I would love to contact you through WhatsApp, but not sure what time is convenient at your side. I would rather leave my contact details below, and you can call me whenever it's fitting you. African Leadership Centers always record the simulation seminar, so they would certainly record this year's simulation as well. If you are interested to check last year's simulation seminar or previous ones, you can watch the simulation on African Leadership Center YouTube channel, and I explicitly attach the link here as of last year's simulation exercise. I would like to mention that since I was given the role, I have been following you and your works through social media and read your online articles on the issue of Ambazonia. I am really reverencing by your work and activism." That means she likes my works and activism. "Honored to play like you." Therefore, they want to play like me. Just to give you some background, the simulation seminar is taking place on the 1st of April 2019 at King's College, London, United Kingdom. The theme is Geriatric Countdown in Africa, Lifetime Presidents Dealing with a Crisis. The objective is to look at the ongoing crisis in Cameroon's ties into the wider debate about democracy, longevity in power, and leadership. Since the fall of Libya's long-serving leader, Muammar Gaddafi, and Zimbabwe's Robert Mugabe, and the aftermaths are witnessed in Libya and Zimbabwe, there are genuine concerns on what is left when a long-serving ruler is toppled. To what extent does getting rid of Mr. Paul Biya bring positive transformation of Cameroon? What happens when our assumption about democratic transition does not prove to be true? To what extent is Ambazonia society's voice being heard? Importantly, looking at South Sudan's crisis after liberation, when Ambazonia gets its independence eventually, how can the future leaders of Ambazonia promote sustainable peace, effective state building mechanisms, and fetch rule of law? The panel debate on Cameroon is composed of President Paul Biya, TAPANG IVO, Maurice Kamto, opposition leader, So Cameroon Renaissance Movement, MRC. I am hoping to play my very best and echo your ideology, accept wisdom, and prospect approaches. I hope our discussion will be ongoing. You can best reach me on WhatsApp. They gave me the WhatsApp number to reach them. And line number, best regards, Kidest. So great, that is great news that just came in. I will be posting that email to everyone watching. I thank sincerely the leadership of the United Kingdom to recognize me among Maurice Kamto, among President Paul Biya to role play me in this great initiative that occurs only once a year. And just to emphasize here, the African Leadership Center is heavily followed by all presidents in the world. So I wish I would be chanced to travel to the United Kingdom to watch them role play me. And that's going to translate as a movie. So I really think I'm sincerely humbled. I believe that this should be a life-changing opportunity for me to see myself as someone who is recognized internationally, to see myself as someone who can contribute his own quota towards democracy, the rule of law, and good governance. I believe also my achievements, my education and professional achievements have given them the opportunity to pick me out among all other qualified candidates. It's not as if Ivo is the only qualified, others who are also qualified. But for them to have picked a young Tapang Ivo out of the millions of Ambazonians and the thousands of leaders in Ambazonia, it gives me that humility and that prospect to see myself emerging in Africa as one of those whose voices can be heard. I also thank the King's College University for also recognizing that activism is not all about bullying and cyberbullying and shouting on Facebook that would render any kind of positive change on the ground. Activism is a strategy, and I thank the college where I studied, the University at Buffalo, and also the Northeastern University, both of the universities in the United States, for giving me that knowledge, teaching me what it's called data science and how to analyze political trends and forecast into security problems using data. And for that reason, I believe my activism has paid off hugely, and that is why I'm being recognized in the United Kingdom and the King's College London. So actually, for those who are in London, the role play will take place on the 1st of April 2019. That means in the next, I believe in the next few days. So the role play takes place on the 1st of April 2019 in King's College, London. So for those who are there, you can go and voice your concern, you can go and participate, you can go and promote the ideals of Ambazonia. After this, I'll be looking for a flight, so expect me in London, United Kingdom, to watch my own self being role played by very intelligent, brilliant scholars whom I've never ever met, and I'm so honored. Believe me, I am very, very honored. That also sends a message. I know we are in a revolution, and I know that we are trying as much as possible to promote our ideals, our goals, our objectives, and our visions. For this reason, please, for some reason, do not look at every Ambazonian as an enemy. I believe that we are all fighting for a common good. Whether you look at SACO, or you look at IG, or you look at ADF, or you look at IABA, but our common goals are not directed towards a common target. This is what I see, and this is what I observe, and this is what I've observed. The IG is not a La Republique, or is not a La Republique agent, or is not a La Republique syndicate. The IG is purely Ambazonian. Milan is not a La Republique agent. He is purely an Ambazonian, and his goals with the scoop are for Ambazonia. But believe me, People are not focused. These two groups are not looking at the bigger picture on the ground, the arming of our citizens, the immediate arming of our citizens. They are interested in other objectives that come after liberation. For now, we should look at the bigger picture, which is liberation. I have seen people over the past raise money for arms. I have seen groups raise money for arms. These groups have the objective of raising about $1 or $2 million before they can buy the arms. Other groups don't wait to raise $1 million. They just buy with what has come into the coffers. And that is exactly the strategy how we have to follow and pursue the struggle. If you think we can raise money on the ground to keep for 1 year or 2 years before buying guns, by the time you buy the guns, all of your fighters would have been killed, slaughtered, and buried. I repeat, if you think you want to wait for 100 or 200 million to be raised for you to buy guns on the ground, all your fighters will be slaughtered, buried, killed, or maimed before you think of even buying one of the guns should you eventually raise that amount. And this is the strategy. For those who know what is called war and the art of war, you would raise or buy a gun as soon as you have the equivalent of that amount of money. The Ambazonia Defense Forces has bought weapons, 2 cache of weapons as of this particular day, the 9th of March 2019. This makes the second cache of weapons bought in 1 week. We've not waited to raise about $1 million before we could do so. We've bought these weapons with what is available, what you donated immediately into our coffers. Keep your receipt. We shall show you all the evidence. We've asked Pache, who is on the ground, in ground zero, to do a video with a blank background, showing his face and thanking every single Ambazonian for the donation made. The money keeps coming in, and we are so grateful and so humbled for this to have happened. In this particular edition of the program, I will announce my resignation. Many people have been asking me to resign, but resigning from what? That is what I would go into. But get me clearly, we have an objective in this revolution to raise money for those on ground zero. We don't have an objective to raise money and keep in any account for even 1 day. If you keep $1 for 1 day in your account, you are killing 100 boys on ground zero, whom that dollar should have saved a life. I repeat, we are not here to swell our bank accounts, to inflate our bank accounts with money meant for ground zero. No money should be kept in any bank account for more than 48 hours. Immediately dispatch that money to Pache to buy those guns and save at least a life. We shall not wait for $1 or $2 million to be raised before we think we can buy guns to save the millions of lives that are at risk on ground zero. I repeat, we shall not wait for $2 million to be raised for us to save a life. If you're waiting for that to happen, believe me, you are a killer. That is why not every group has the objective. Those who already know the route, where the stores are located, once the money comes into their account, they go straight to the store to buy the weapons. Those who don't know, they wait for the money to be raised, then they start looking for where to buy the stores. By that, you are slowing down the process, giving La République a tactical advantage and rendering our people hopeless, useless, and stupid. This is the objective. If you really know where the store is located in your neighborhood, you would immediately dash out of your house, go and buy those weapons and give to those concerned. If you don't know where the stores are located, you will find yourself waiting for 2 million to be raised. Then you start taking that money and looking for stores to start buying those weapons. That is where scamming comes in, and that is where thievery comes in. And that is how scammers operate. And that is how thieves operate. You have to immediately even with the $200 entering your account, dispatch that money immediately and buy a gun and show to the people. The people want an immediate AK-47. We are not preparing for a war. We are already at war. I repeat, we are not preparing for war. We are already at war. What we are doing right now is an immediate action. I repeat, we are not preparing or forecasting into war, that we are preparing for a war in 2021. No, we are already at war. Whatever comes into your account is an emergency. It is a 911. Release that money immediately to the ground and buy those guns. There are groups that have waited for $2 million to be raised before they buy even flights and whatever without buying an AK-47. It is simply because they had no strategy for any weapons. They don't know, as I speak as of now as a leader who is an insider, they don't know where to even buy those guns. They don't know to whom to give the money. Chris Bongam sits in Dubai. Money from the IG is given to Chris Bongam to buy guns from Dubai. Chris Bongam uses the money to scam and kidnap people in Boyo. Is that the kind of revolution we want to look at? Chris Bongam sits in Dubai. Money from the IG is given to Chris Bongam as peanuts to buy even one AK-47 from Dubai. Where in the world do we buy AK-47s from Dubai? Where in the world do we buy AK-47s from Europe? Where in the world do we buy AK-47s even from Ground Zero? We buy AK-47s from places I will not call and closer to Ambazonia. Places neighboring Ambazonia. We have 3 neighboring countries. We have Equatorial Guinea to the south, we have Nigeria to the east, to the west, and we have La Republique to the east. We buy weapons from our neighbors, and we buy weapons from Ground Zero. If you sit and you dispatch money to Dubai to buy weapons, first, how will you even buy these weapons from a country that does not promote human rights? How would you ship this weapon for that weapon to leave from Dubai and get into Cameroon before getting onto the ground? How will you even accept that someone as dubious as Chris Bongam would even accept your money to buy guns? I don't know if you're getting my line of thought, but that is the wrong strategy, and that is the most wrong thing that's happened in this revolution. You want to buy the guns, go and meet the people concerned, the Ambazonians who are on the ground. There is Pache, who has sacrificed his years of life, sacrificed every single thing he has done for this revolution, sacrificed even his own life on his dying bed, to see that the channels he has established for the past decades are maintained and that we buy these guns as soon as possible before he even dies. Yet, our people are so blind. As I speak to you, I am very sorry. People are dying right now. Somebody is being shot by La Republique du Cameroon. As I can swear by my blood, as I speak to you at this very moment, on this particular period, the 9th of March 2019, someone is being shot in the head by La Republique du Cameroon, and you will see the photos soon. How long can we wait and see that we raise money to buy guns, whereas we already have an established immediate channel who all he needs is just to take the money, give to the buyer, take the weapons and deliver? La Republique, if you look at all the places La Republique has been slaughtering boys, all those locations are where our boys still use Dane guns. Those locations where La Republique du Cameroon use the way Ambazonians use the modern weapons, the AK-47s, La Republique flees from those places. We have given the opportunity for La Republique to infiltrate Ambazonia. We have given the opportunity for La Republique to spin into Ambazonia. If you truly have the conscience of Ambazonia, If you truly have that deep moral attitude, that as I speak at this moment, somebody is being shot in the head, believe me, you will not want your $1 be given to a group that will keep that $1 for 3 years. This is a war. We are not preparing for a war. We are at war. We are not preparing for a war. We are already at war. Whatever comes into the account is an emergency, a national emergency. Don't keep people's money. Someone sits and donates his money because he believes that you can do something, can buy those guns. Go and show within 1 week that you have bought the guns. And that is why I have challenged the ADF to show to the people that they have given the money to you as trust through Pache, buy the guns and show to the people. And they started it this week. They are starting another, we are releasing another video tomorrow. The cache of weapons that arrived today, we have to bless them traditionally, as you know, the blessing that goes on, and then give our code of conduct for the guns to be shown tomorrow. So expect the video tomorrow. When you sit and you think you can scam people on a national campaign to raise money, and you cannot even show one AK-47, the people are not fools. I would announce my resignation soonest, and my resignation will be huge. Ambazonians, we are not being taken for a ride. We are not being taken for a lofty ride. The struggle is not a walk in the park. As I speak at this moment, at least 3 people have been shot dead in the head. They are not shooting in the feet, they are shooting in the head, straight up into the head. As I speak at this moment, your money is seated in bank accounts in the United States. The money you raised to buy AK-47s through the IG and through other groups, your money is sitting in bank accounts in the United States. As I speak at the moment, your 1.3 million US dollars is sitting in IG's accounts in the United States. Most of them consumed already. As I speak at this moment, your millions of dollars raised through Scapac is sitting at the moment in the United States. As I speak at the moment, your money is sitting and resting in the United States while leaders are going for shopping on Saturdays and Sundays. Others have been put on payrolls for adverts. Others have been put on payrolls to keep advertising scams as I speak at the moment. Meanwhile, on the contrary, outside the box, there are people being killed on the ground. Killed, I mean shot straight up in the head. You've seen General, how did they call this one? There's one general who just died yesterday, I've forgotten his name. You've seen him shot in the head and in the arm. Others will be shot elsewhere in the head and in the arm. How do you expect, tell me the truth, someone who raised 1.3 million US dollars but cannot buy even one AK-40, I say one. How do you trust that kind of a scammer? How do you trust someone who raises $1.3 million but cannot even show proof of one AK-47? You can fool me the first time, I'm a fool. You can fool me the second time, I am a fool. If you try that the third time, then there is a problem. Our people should be wise. This is not a revolution to be planned. This is not a revolution to be announced. This is already something happening. As I speak, maybe you have not heard. On ground zero, someone will call you right now and say your mother has been kidnapped. That is the reality. Someone will call you right now and tell you that your uncle has been killed, shot in the head. That is the reality. Someone will call you right now and tell you that, hey, look, this is exactly what is happening. That is the reality. And as I speak, my fellow Ambazonians, we are not here to take the revolution for a walk in the park. The revolution, of course, has come to stay. Those groups that want to distract themselves with politics, from the IG to the scoops and the rest, we shall scoop them out. This is not time for politics. This is time to liberate. Politics will come after you've been liberated. You've seen a list going around, released by My Country People and his camp network of La République du Cameroon, showing all the camps in Ambazonia where your camps are located. Where your camps are located. We've earlier announced, as of last year, do not hold territory. Don't hold territory. It is your territory. Naya woman, you don't need to fight them again. You don't pay bride price. Naya woman. Don't hold territory. Don't feel that you want to rule by counties. You don't listen. And that is why you have been mapped out by the enemy who is within. We earlier wrote out the word. It is time to make the country completely ungovernable. It is not time to hold. How can you hold what you already have? The Bible says it. If you want to keep what you have, you will lose it. Follow the Bible. The Bible says if you want to guard what you already have, you will lose it. You are losing it because you want to keep what you already have. Don't hold territory. Don't do it. You will be mapped out and you will be slaughtered. The killings that have happened consistently for the past 6 months is simply because all our camps have been clearly mapped out. So La République has the strategy of going into those camps and finishing with all of you guys. When we tell you hit and run, it is a guerrilla warfare. Now, which place for this earth you don't see monkey the whole branch, they stay on top branch for long. Now, which place on this earth you don't see monkey catch one branch, hold on, they stay so they sleep on top that branch. A monkey never stays on one branch. They keep jumping from one branch to the other. That is how the guerrilla warfare operates. Don't build camps. Don't stay in camps for more than 2 days. Una no 1 year 12. Keep jumping. When you hit here, you run. Don't hit and follow and make noise. Oh, now we this. Una come. Now we this. We want to show bravado. You are already exposing yourself to snipers. Snipers from La République. Before La République enters a particular locality, snipers have been there 2 days before. If you don't believe in what I'm telling you, go and watch movies. Before any military invades any locality, the first of all send their sniper. Before any military in the world ever invades a locality, the first person to be sent 2 days before is a sniper. The sniper goes and takes a particular location. A sniper can sit on one location for more than 3 days, capturing events, knowing exactly how he will take out all the targets. So when you go and stand on the street and say, now with this, when I come, now I gun this with local Dane guns. Have you ever seen AK-47s being displayed on the street by the ADF? When you go and stand on the street with a local Dane gun, you say, now with this, when I come, now I got this, now with this, we don't do it. You are opening your brain to a sniper to pick out. A sniper will blow up that brain. They will take you out in few seconds. I have opened my comment section for friends of friends to comment. So enjoy yourself entertaining yourselves. I want to give you entertainment, some few hours of liberty. So when I tell you the truth, or when we tell you the truth, because we know these things, you want to deny. Where are all the generals today? All of them have died. Because we started naming ourselves general. I started by putting myself a general. All my one copy. All my one copy. Oh, General Ivo, General this, General that, General that. No man no one being a captain. No one be sergeant. You've never heard on the ground someone says, I've been a sergeant this. All my one a general. But you don't want to take commands. Everyone wants to be a general, so who will take the command? Everyone wants to be a general, so who shall take the command? When I put out strategies, because I see myself as someone who is good at giving you strategies that can win. I'm not a fighter. I'm a strategist. I do it for the common good. I have never said you will not have Ambazonia. I have said don't hold territory now. You have been infested.
The best thing you can do right now is to disturb La Republique and entice the people. Disturb and entice. That is the best thing you can do right now to make the system completely ungovernable. Who has taught you to hold territory? Who told you to change the names of streets? Who told you to call places counties? This is not time for that. The time you will start calling those places, you'll be tired. And that is why you are being derailed by emotions. Emotions are the ones killing your best of fighters. Emotions. You put too much emotions in the struggle without knowledge. That is why you will keep losing. I'm sorry to tell you this. I sympathize with you, but you will keep losing the best of your fighters. You will lose all of them. Keep your emotions away. This is not time for a revolution that you have to pump in emotions. No, it is a strategy. Before La Republique goes into Manfe to start slaughtering people, they sent about 3 snipers days before to pick up the market location from high points. You will never see the snipers. They are in bushes, they stand, and they have already taken a vantage position. So when La Republique comes, threatens, and then runs back, you feel you're the ones who have pushed La Republique back. Because La Republique goes back, you come now into the street and say, now we this, we not come. We don't do them. We don't push them back. Wait them there, they fear. We don't push them back. Then a sniper picks you guys, pop, 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 in 1 second. War is a strategy. War is a strategy. I beg, I talk about pigeon, make una hear this one. When we tell una something, una no one hear them. Una want that more can tell una na when. La Republique has carefully crafted a strategy. They have all your camps mapped out. They have all those camps mapped out. If you haven't seen the list, someone should post the list again. 3-page list. 1, 2, 3. 3-page list. All camps in Ambazonia mapped out. Clearly mapped out. 1, 2, 3. So they go end. They don't map out those camps. So this is how they attack. They find camp 1. They say, okay, if we want to go for this camp, snipers, we need 3 snipers. We will stand for these places there. Because we'll enter in a free location. Once we enter, we know say that boy, they'll come out. When they come out, they're going to make that noise. Then we will pull back, let's say, they run. Then as they don't come out at the devil street, they make noise, we will shoot them for heads. That is how they attack. That is how they take you guys out. They don't take you guys out with simple fighting on the streets. No. They take you out by snipers. We don't talk them. We don't know why here. Don't show your face. It is not bravado. That is not. We are proud already. We have Ambazonia. So there's no need for you to go out and start shouting, now we this, when I come, now we this, we get power. We don't push them out. Then they run. My brother, by the time you turn your back, your head is taken. That is why you see the shots consistently in the head. Ask why don't you see the shot in the back? They shoot them in the head. They shoot in the head. Snipers stand from several kilometers and pick out your head. And that is why you see them dying at the corner of the streets, at the corner for road. You know, they see them go die inside bush. No, they pick you guys at the head. We are giving you exactly what La Republique is doing. You know why Yeram? You want Yeram from who again? Eh? Fighters, tell those Ambazonian brothers, whether you are standing from La Republique, or whether you're standing from IG, or whether you're standing from Scoop, tell your fighters, don't show bravado on the streets. Don't show bravado on the street. No commot stand saying now we this. Oh, you shout, you make noise. Snipers are hovering and are looking there. You know where you watch film? Don't put that round circle, that plus there for your head. Now so you there for street make, oh, adeso. As you stand for one place so for just 1 second, sniper pick you out. What you have to do, what we have to do, is to disturb and entice. You disturb the system, you shaken the system, you make it ungovernable, and you entice the Ambazonians. Disturb and entice. Disturb and entice. No go stand say one whole territory build camp.